Hello, and this is part 3 of Civilization Sapphire. Right now, I'm building up my army, which is coming over here to help him defend. Currently, we're tied in active forces, while red has an advantage against the pink, which is here, which has a large army, but not as much as us. And I told him to pull back while I siege up my tanks, because that's not a very defendable location. My tanks shouldn't really be here. I thought the range was bigger, but that was bad on me. I'm still ahead in tech. I have twice my ally, which is now behind in tech. Meanwhile, red and pink are in a conflict, but no one wants to proceed because then they would die to each other. Meanwhile, I'm helping defend this location. Well, I decide to pull back but leave my tanks here. But the rally point is kinda messed up, so they still go there. Now I'm trying to go this way, while to group up here because I want to advance over here. Now, red and pink are just sitting next to each other while I've surpassed my ally in army value. Yeah, these two, if they allied, we could be dead. I need to get these. Well, how are these rally points? These rally points just got reset now, and everything's good for me. So my army's here is recovering from the previous disaster, and pink is stuck here because red, if he moves out, red will kill him, and if red moves out, pink would kill him because pink has high ground advantage and red has high ground advantage. So none of them want to move out. Red just moved out because he has superior army value. He charges up here. He has an army here. He should get the army down here. So he charges down. Because of his superior army value, he could afford to do something like that, but he can't actually push up the ramp because there's just too much stuff here. So he just tries to break down the wall, but that's not happening either. Meanwhile, I decide to finally push down here, and I managed to kill the 2 zealots there, but there's a level 3 camp here. Well, I think it's kind of a weaker one. Yeah, it's weaker than this because this is for a deceased person. So I come up here and I push in and I sustain losses here because there's pikemen, and so I lose most of my knights, and because I'm kind of running, now I'm getting pikemen because of my superior tech. But red is pulling ahead of pink, and blue is ahead of me now because of this attack. So right now red is here. So then I'm like, okay, I try to move, I'm staying here, and right now I'm just sitting here, and I've stopped my tech. I'm just getting new tech structures, and tech isn't going too well for me, but he isn't investing in any more cities either. Or is he? No, he's not, so I'm good on the tech front. And pink just has no room for tech. Yeah, he has no room. He has no room. He has no room. And this guy, he's not spending his money, which is why he's not doing that well. So I got my trebuchets here, and he got trebuchets too. But I had them for longer, but I've been using them improperly. Meanwhile, I got these missile turrets now because I have a higher age. I come down here and get shot, and I'm like, nope, I'm getting out of there. I'm getting out of there because those are too strong. And I forget to upgrade the range on my tanks, which was a big mistake on my part. Because I never really play this long. Oh, he sieges up here, which makes now we have siege lines. So conflict point here, conflict here point, potential conflict here, but pink is contained because of red, the threat of red. I get here and promptly lose my tank. I just lost all my tanks. Yeah, which was not good. Which was definitely not good. So I decided to make more tanks. Yeah. So right now I'm let's see, I have some army, but he has tanks here, so I really can't push. And pink here, he's contained, so he's starved for money and resources. Let's see, I have a massive tech lead, but active forces. Blue, I've gone over blue. Red is contained. I'm contained, pretty much. And red could have overrun me, pretty much, by now, if he decided to invest in city. Well, he did. Right now, I'm just sieging up here. Oh, pink got the courage to move down here. So red, I'm pretty sure red has higher income than me. Yeah, so things aren't going too well for me. And then I got my star pro. I'm like, I'm gonna drop red. I'm like, yes, 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 yes. And I'm like, this is gonna go well for me. Well, pink loses his tech structures, so I'm pretty sure blue's gonna catch up to pink in tech, and red is the biggest threat right now. Pink is contained. Meanwhile, I got my tanks here. I'm like, I'm gonna do a drop with my immortals, and let's see how well that goes. Pink, he's getting tech again. Pink is I've passed pink, so now red is way ahead of me in army, but I have more tech than him, and no one dares go to these tier 3 yet because they're too good. Unfortunately, I only have balloons, and I don't actually have anything, any air units that can attack, because my tech still isn't high enough, despite all that I have. So I'm like, yes, I'm gonna go drop here and wipe out his production. I'm like, ooh, siege works. And then he sees this, and I promptly get intercepted. I'm like, I'm not going there. And I'm like, well, where am I gonna go, guys? And he's blasting down this wall. Pink is running out of room. Blue is doing okay. Me and blue could stand up to red, but pink is pretty much out of this. Meanwhile, my drop didn't go too well, cause I lost everything, kind of, cause it was here. Let me know if you need help. I'm like, nah, just defend. Meanwhile, I set up a siege line here. And I'm like, I'm gonna get the sweet spot so I could shoot the wall, but they can't shoot me back. So my tanks here and my rallies got messed up because of the drop, and I need to spend my money. And I built some turrets, and I'm teching up more, I guess. And let's see, resources. I'm way ahead in tech, but pink recovered his tech. So. Units lost. Pink lost the most units. Let's see, active forces. This is a good representation. And he's setting up a siege line here. And pink's getting killed off because of this. Meanwhile, I'm standing here and doing stuff. Red is gonna promptly try to overrun pink pretty much, because, yeah, pink isn't looking too hot right now. Twice the army value, but some of the army's over here to deal with me. And pink runs into tanks, which is a bad news for him. Oh, red walks up. And pink gets shot at by the tanks. Meanwhile, I'm setting. Yeah, my tanks are moving in here, and I'm about to siege them up. This conflict here is happening while blue is turtling. And this helps weaken pink and red, which ended up helping me in the long run. Yeah, pink is losing quite a lot now. Blue has surpassed pink. Pink isn't doing too well. Yeah, never run into tanks. And meanwhile, I'm like, well, I've got these balloons, and then when I finally discover this, where's the range? Where's that range upgrade? Yeah, right here. Yeah, range upgrade. It was on one of those buildings, and I got the range upgrade. But then I was like, wait, I need sight, and I'm like, what am I gonna use for sight? Oh, balloons. And my siege line is getting set up here, but he has a siege line there, so I can't. Meanwhile, these two are attacking. Pink has no army left, but he managed to defeat Red's invasion force, and I'm ahead in Army Valley once again. Yeah, great job to me. But pink and red have both been severely weakened. Whilst red's army, he's like, I think I actually need my backup army. My tanks should be able to deal with me. He thought his tanks could deal with me, which they can. But meanwhile, I blow away these with my slow tank pushing. He goes here, starts killing pink here. And pink is producing. I'm in first. He's in second. My ally's in second. Pink is pretty much dead. Now we have an advantage, but the only problem is these tanks. But I'm sieging these walls. I have turrets set up. I'm spending my money on more tanks because tanks are good. Meanwhile, this attack is going on, but pink wins because most of his army value is actually in these tanks. And that's a stalemate right here. And a blue sitting back here. Meanwhile, I'm slowly working away at this wall, while pink tries his another attack. But red has more forces here. But pink manages to disrupt red, but meanwhile, I have more army value than them combined, so their conflict ended up making me win. If they allied, I would have lost pretty badly. And this is the end of part 3, guys.